Hello there, I'm James and this is Dennis. Today we're going to make an armchair, but before we do, we better get to the seat of the problem. We're starting off at the home of period furniture, the Jeffrey Museum, in search of ideas for creating an armchair. This chair dates back to the 1620s. We're not allowed to touch it really, okay, because it is an original. It's very wide on the front, but the width is very narrow. Say the arms, we can not quite such a curve, we'll keep them quite flat just for comfort purposes, bring them down in the legs. I thought we could add a bit of shape to the legs. What do you think of that?
Yeah, I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, I don't particularly like these braces at the bottom.
We can debate that, but that does give strength.
I've got another chair which is a reproduction of this chair, so we can touch that one and we can measure that. Half heavy then.
Yes.
Stand there, mate.
Oak is a heavy. You're younger than me.
Do you want to take a pew? And we'll take some measurements off of this. Okay, first the height of the seat, 440.
340 there.
We'll round down slightly to 500 on the width.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
If we just come below this detail part at the top, that's a 600.
Well, we've got all the sizes, James. Let's go and design.
That there then, that brings it a little...
I want to make something really impressive, but will then approve of the look.
I like that there.
What? The legs?
Legs, yeah, I think
that's good. What don't you like? There's always something you don't like.
I don't like the back.
What, the panel?
Well, you've got a period of a chair, and the back is of an earlier period. And what about the arms?
What's with this tape? I hope you ain't going to be walking down the workshop without pointing around with it, because it's driving me mad.
Well, I left the cane at home.
Yeah, I use that.
With the design agreed, we need some timber to build it.
Oh, we've got a few good examples of some oak here. What you got there, Dennis?
I've got a nice bit of English oak here, with knots, shakes, whatever. All right for outside work, but not for the interior. You would never get an English oak board like that.
So we're not being unpatriotic here, but we're going to go for American white oak.
Definitely.
Right, here's a full-size drawing. So from this we can take whatever measurements we like, etc., and make some templates of the shape work on here. That's the first thing I reckon we've got to do, isn't it? And using this cloth tape, anything low tack, so you don't end up ripping chunks out of the drawing. A bit like what my mate's done here, look. Okay? Naughty. You wouldn't be able to do this if you'd been out for a heavy drinking session, would you? Transfer this onto a piece of ply. The way we're going to do that is by sticking double-sided on the back of it. If you hold that end up then. Just going to stick that down onto there. I'll take the knife and just cut around the excess. Do you want me to cut this one out?
You go on with that, I'll do the rest of them.
Okay, where are my specs? My safety goggles. Where?
Here you are.
I don't want them ones, they're sad. These are a bit cooler.
I'm using the bandsaw to cut out the template for the leg, while Den's getting to grips with other templates for the armchair.
Right, there's the finished leg, and at the top where the tenon is, I haven't cut that at all, because the bandsaw isn't absolutely great for straight work, so that's best off cut by hand. How you doing, mate?
A bit stuck up.
He's wrecking my drawing again.
Too many tapes.
Have you got something against my drawing? I see you at Christmas wrapping presents.
Hang about.
What are we doing? Yeah? Stop it. Just stand there. Stand there and wind that back on there. We don't want to waste too much of that. Lovely, really, then.
With the templates done, time to sort the timber.
Den.
750.
It smells gorgeous, doesn't it? So I just put BL on there.
Yeah. Bottom rail is 70 by 33, 700 long.
Is that all seat base then?
Yeah.
SBs, these.
Then we've got the front support, leg, rail.
Back panel, which needs to be chink together.
What have we got there?
And that is a lovely piece of spare that I'm going to keep for myself.
We're going to glue the back panel, but Den's very keen we've got the right timber first.
What was you looking out for, Den? Wasn't it the grains?
The grain, the figure of the grain.
And you want it always pointing
Usually.
upwards where it points to.
Yeah.
When doing this, what you've got to do is alternate the grain on the end grain. This helps it from cupping, etc. We're going to use a biscuiting machine, which is this fella here. And what that does, it puts in these little beach biscuits. Cuts the slots out.
Two outside pieces.
But they do fit together.
Last glue.
Because we work from the face side, it'll always be a lovely flush finish on the outside there.
Glue that will be okay.
But don't jump the gun, because they don't go together, do they?
Oh, no, they don't. I said the two outside pieces.
I know, I heard you say it's the
Turn
two
your
outside
hearing aid
pieces. No, I heard that. But if I'd have done that, you'd have said, oi, but you're jumping the gun. Right, so we've got all these slotted out then. All we need to do now is glue up.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah? You have a bit of PVA in there?
Yeah, I think it'll be
internal
okay.
stuff.
Being its interior, I think that'll be okay. I suppose it's asking too much trouble if you've got a glue brush.
It's a glue brush, it's a paintbrush actually, but with a little pitch.
With the pieces in place, we just need to pinch them together with cramps to make sure the joints are tight.
No, underneath.
He was waiting for that, weren't you, eh?
Well, the whole lot would just go out like that if you had more than those, okay.
Always try and wipe the glue off as close to actually gluing together as possible, because it can soak into the grain, which can stain it, can't it, when you put your finish on.
Well, not
Wiping
only
off the excess glue also prevents blunting your tools when it dries. We're leaving this to dry and Den's off home now. Whilst it's gone, I'll glue up the seat. I hope he approves. It's a new day in the workshop and we're going to start by marking out the legs. But Den's a real stickler for using the right pencil.
Oh, mate, that's blunt. And I know you're going to have a go at me if it's blunt.
hard pencil.
Just going to sharpen it.
2H.
HB.
I hope this chair turns out better than what your pencil is.
The joints of our armchair are going to be mortises and tenons, and I'm using this gauge to mark them out. It scores a line in the timber showing where it needs to be cut.
Cool. Now, I've just got to mark the mortises out using the same gauge. Just write it down. This is actually a stopped mortise as opposed to a through mortise. In other words, it stops rather than going right the way through. Right, that's how deep I'd like to go. What I'll do is stop there, just set that. Right, and that's set. There we go. What I'm doing is I'm just easing the chisel in rather than going straight in and plunging it down. So as I said before, this oak is extremely hard. One small but perfectly formed mortise.
Time to find out Den's views on my gluing of the seat.
You didn't obey the rule I told you when we glue the other. Cramps on both sides.
I prefer to do them like this. Although you did say put it both sides, but because it's quite thick, I like a nice face on one side, so I like to rub my hand over it without any intrusion of cramps. I am worming my way out of it.